actually ancient, still it is a quarter of a century, and it's been a very eventful 2.5 decades. In 1947, the first Tony Awards were presented by the American Theatre Wing for excellence in the theatre. The Second World War was just over, and Harry Truman was president. Women were wearing the new look and staggering around on high-heeled shoes. Broadway was feeling threatened by an emerging new form of entertainment, television. And soon everyone would be staying home on Wednesday evenings to watch Uncle Milty. But new writers appeared to help the theater overcome its problems. Tennessee Williams wrote A Streetcar Named Desire, and in it Marlon Brando joined the ranks of Broadway stars. An actor named Tony Quinn made his Broadway debut in The Gentleman from Athens, and audiences were stunned by their identification with Willie Loman, the central character. The American tragedy, The Death of a Salesman, which won the Pulitzer Prize and the Tony for its perceptive playwright Arthur Miller. After many years of thinking mainly about Europe and the Pacific, Americans were beginning to be aware of social changes here at home. Jackie Robinson joined the Brooklyn Dodgers and became the first black man to play organized baseball. And where was the musical? It was dealing with human relations and civil rights, although it had its lighter moments. Here, 25 years later, recreating one of those magic moments, Tony-winning David Wayne and FINIAN'S Rainbow.
Oh, my heart is beating wildly, and it's all because you're here. When I'm not near, the girl I love the girl I'm near. Every femme that flutters by me is a flame that must be fanned. When I can't fondle the hand I'm fond of, I fondle the hand at hand. For Sharon I'm caring, but Susan I'm choosing. I'm faithful to who'sin is here. When I'm not near, the girl I love the girl I'm near.
Sparkling high-button shoes, and every bit as lovely then as she is now, Nanette Fabray.
Harper, won't you dance with me? Ah, dance with me, please dance with me. Harper, take a chance with me and dance with me tonight. And when you whirl me round and round, we'll go right off the ground. We'll go around and round, we'll go. And when we hear those trombones sliding high, we'll both gliding high up to the sky. I love the polka pava. Won't you dance with me? Oh, dance with me, please dance with me. When you hold me tight, oh papa, won't you dance with me? Won't you dance with me? Won't you dance with me tonight?
Melodies and incredibly sophisticated lyrics of Cole Porter won him the Tony for Kiss Me Kate and for its star. we roll back the years to Kiss Me Kate and Alfred Drake.
Since I reached the charming age of puberty and began to finger feminine curls, like a show that's typically Schuberty, I have always had a multitude of girls. But now that I'm married man, at last am I, how aware of my dear departed past am I. Where is the life that late I led? Where is it now? Totally dead. Where is the fun I used to find? Where has it gone? Gone with the wind. The married life may all be well, but raising an heir could never compare with raising a bit of hell. So I repeat what first I said. Where is the life that late I? Where is Rebecca? My Becky Vecchio, could still she be cruising that amusing Ponte Vecchio? Where is Fedora, the wild Virago? It's lucky I missed her gangster sister from Chicago. Where is Venetia, who loved to chat so? Could still she be drinking in her stinking pink palazzo? And lovely Lisa, where are you, Lisa? You gave a new meaning to the leaning tower of Pisa. Where is the life that late I led? Where is it now? Totally dead. Where is the fun I used to find? Where has it gone? Gone with the wind. I've oft been told of nuptial bliss, but what do you do? 1:45 with only a shrew to kiss. So I repeat what first I said. Where is the life that late I led?
As the decade ended, televiewers of all ages were watching Kukla, Fran and Ali, or I Love Lucy, and singing, If I Knew You Were Coming, I Would Have Baked a Cake. As they mailed their dollars off to pyramid clubs, people began to see flying saucers. They also began to build bomb shelters in their backyards because, for the second time in 5 years, America was at war. Our soldiers were fighting in the Pacific in Korea. And Broadway theater audiences were thrilling to the melodies of South Pacific and happily ingesting its timely message of tolerance and common humanity. In one scene, the folks at home begin to understand the frustration of our fighting men in Asia. From the winning musical South Pacific, Ray Walston and the Seabees.
We got sunlight on the sand, we got moonlight on the sea, we got mangoes and bananas you can pick right off a tree. We got volleyball and ping pong and a lot of dandy games. What ain't we got? We ain't got dames. We got nothing to put on a clean white suit for. What we need is what there ain't no substitute for. There is nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. There ain't a thing that's wrong with him and here that can't be cured by putting him near a dirty woman lady.
1951, Americans were reading From Here to Eternity, singing Come On to My House, and on the small home screens, Edward R. Murrow was helping us to see it now. The Giants introduced a pretty fair ball player named Willie Mays, and Tennessee Williams won the Tony for The Rose Tattoo. And the musical that year, Frank Lesser's Guys and Dolls. Can we ever forget Miss Adelaide and her struggle to get Nathan Detroit to marry her? Well, here she is, still at it, Vivian Blaine.
It says here, the average unmarried female, basically insecure, due to some long frustration, may react with psychosomatic symptoms, difficult to endure, affecting the upper respiratory tract. In other words, just from waiting around for that plain little band of gold, a person develop a cold. You can spray her wherever you figure the streptococcus lurk. You can give her a shot for whatever she's got, but it just won't work. If she's tired of getting that fish eye from the hotel clerk, a person can develop a cold. In other words, just from wondering whether the wedding is on a roof, a person can develop a cold. You can feed her all day with the vitamin A and the bromo fizz, but the medicine never gets anywhere near where the trouble is. If she's getting a kind of a name for herself and the name ain't his, a person can develop a cold. And furthermore, just from installing the wedding drip, a person can develop black grip. When they get on the train for Niagara and she can hear church bells chime, the compartment is air conditioned and the mood sublime. Then they get off at Saratoga for the 14th time. A person can develop black grip, la post-nasal drip, with the wheezes and the sneezes and the sinus that's really a pip. From a lack of community property, a feeling she's getting too old, a person can develop a bad
ran for president, and a new word, egghead, joined the vocabulary. Television quiz shows became the rage, and the world was fascinated by the search for Bridie Murphy. In the musical theatre, there was a lovely story of the romance between an English governess and the king of an Asian country. We call it Thailand today. Then it was still Siam. The King and I, with Patricia Morison and the Royal Brynner.
A girl must be like a blossom, with honey for just one man. A man must live like honeybee and gather all he can. To fly from blossom to blossom, a honeybee must be free, but blossom must not ever fly from bee to bee to bee.
And you consider that sensible poetry?
Certainly.
Your Majesty, in my country the customs are rather different. And a young girl at her first dance, oh, It's very exciting to be a young girl at your first dance. You're seated on a small gilt chair, your eyes lowered, terrified that you'll be a wallflower. Suddenly you see 2 black shoes, a white waistcoat, a face. It speaks. We've just been introduced. I do not know you well, but when the music started, something drew me to your side. So many men and girls are in each other's arms. It made me think we might be similarly occupied. I didn't realize I was dancing. In my country, a woman would not dance with a man looking on.
But you will dance with strange man, holding hands, etc.
No, not a strange man. Sometimes a very good friend.
Good. Then we dance together. You show me. Teach.
Well, it's not very difficult, the polka. Let me see. It goes 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and.
1, 2, 3, and.
Shall we dance?
1, 2, 3, and.
On a bright cloud of music, shall we fly?
1, 2, 3, and.
Shall we dance?
1, 2, 3, and.
Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye?
1, 2, 3, and. Oh, perchance, when the last little stars leave the sky,
shall we still be together with our arms around each other until you'll be my new
romance?
On the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen.
Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance?
Now, 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
and.
Something wrong. Oh no, I forget and. Next time I remember. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and.
Splendid, your majesty!
Splendid! You throw me off count. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It was not like this.
Of course it was.
Not the way I see the English dance tonight.
But that's exactly the way they were dancing.
We're not holding 2 hands like this.
Well, no. As a matter of fact, they weren't.
Was, like this. Now? Come.